Good day. Welcome to our Bid More YouTube channel. Bid More is a program that equips local small businesses to win contract bids at local, state, federal, and other organizational levels. This YouTube channel is dedicated to training and coaching local and small businesses on estimating and proposal writing. We encourage you to subscribe to this Bid More channel to receive updates, tips, and guidelines so that you are empowered and have the confidence to bid more and win more contract bids. Thank you.
The topic of this Bid More session is Confidence in Bidding by Kimberly Leonard. We appreciate Kimberly Leonard for generously sharing her knowledge, experiences, insights, and practical tips to empower local small businesses to bid more and win more. Enjoy the presentation.
So this next interview is about confidence in bidding. We have our own expert, the CEO of ICAT, Ms. Kimberly. So Ms. Kimberly Leonard, thank you for being available to tell us more about confidence in bidding. So to start out, we'll start out with this question. What does confidence look like in the bidding process, and why is it so important?
Thanks, Tyree. Well, confidence is important because, in all honesty, I believe that bidding takes courage. Every time we submit a bid, I know I personally can feel somewhat vulnerable because we're putting ourselves and our organizations out there for the world to see. So confidence is important because if we don't overcome that initial barrier to believe in ourselves and take that initial risk, we just miss out on the opportunity for potential gain.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you so much for that. So can you expound a little bit more on why confidence is so important?
Sure. So confidence, like I said, empowers us to take risks and overcome uncertainty. I was not always confident in my ability to bid or to win bids. I actually felt uncertain the first few times I read requirements in RFPs because they can be somewhat overwhelming in terms of the scope, and the different requirements cover quite a range of being able to represent my organization's past performance, our certifications, as Alex touched on. A lot of times we need to know exact pricing. You know, there's just so many different components. And when I was new to it, it became overwhelming very quickly. So confidence is what helped me to overcome that initial overwhelm. And really the turning point was hearing the phrase that we've got what it takes, which I believe was on your previous slide. And that's really taking more of a glass half full type mindset rather than proving to myself that our services were up to par. I actually changed my perspective and thought, what if I just assume that we do have what it takes, and look from that perspective became a lot easier. My mind was opened up to finding more and more evidence to support that idea rather than playing the defensive and feeling defeated much too easily.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So I heard you say that you were not always so confident, and you kind of told us how you kind of overcame that. But what about if I'm struggling to see myself in my organization as qualified? How else can I build my confidence?
Yeah, so, you know, it's easier said than done, right? And a lot of times I know that we need evidence to convince ourselves of our own qualifications, of our worthiness, you know, whatever the case may be. So in acknowledging that, I would encourage each of you to surround yourself with team members who see the value in what you do. You need cheerleaders in your court, and sometimes it's simply because you may be too busy to really think about it or to expand your expectations. I know that that's something I struggle with running the company that I work for. It's too easy to get bogged down with the day-to-day operations and not be aware and excited about, hey, what else is out there? What else can we do? And so I have people on my team who are bringing those opportunities before me, who really believe in what we do. And that really helps me to take a step back and look at that big picture more often. And that team member doesn't have to be someone that you work with in your organization. It can be a spouse, it can be a friend, it can even be a client, maybe someone you've really impressed over the years who's just a big proponent naturally of what you do. But I encourage you, if you haven't already, to start keeping a short list of who are the people I can call that I know will really have a word of encouragement for me when I know that I need to push myself, but I don't have the energy to do it today.
Thank you so much, Kimberly. That's some great, awesome advice. But I wonder if you have some more advice that you can share with us about bidding with confidence.
Yeah, so the last tip that I would share is to also do your best to build a small, diverse team for writing proposals. So as I alluded to before, we all know that feeling of looking at an RFP that, let's say is 50 pages long. The sheer volume of the work can be overwhelming, but also the nuances of addressing all the different requirements. I recommend having layers of drafting and review in your process and use people who have different skill sets. So for example, our proposal team generally includes someone who reviews the proposal for compliance, make sure that we are following all of the technical requirements. We also make sure to have someone who's an expert on our past performance and history. And then we have people who are great with grammar and spelling. And finally, someone who knows how to create compelling graphics and visuals. So the better you're equipped with great writers and great editors, the easier your job becomes. But there's also a lot of value in just having different perspectives, different people with varied talents, storytelling, analysis and research, sales, just different people will view your organization from different angles. And the more that you can kind of capture the different perspectives, the better off your proposal is, because you're appealing to, most likely, a panel of individuals as well. Some of them may be really inspired by some visual that you include. Another person may be saying, hey, price is the differentiator that we're looking for. And so by diversifying your inputs, you're also diversifying how well you can present your organization's unique capabilities and enhancing your chances of being selected.
Awesome. I love how transparent you were about just confidence and how we all may lack confidence and how we can build confidence. I will ask you this, but what's your final word of advice? What is the most important thing to remember about bidding with confidence?
Yeah, so to state the obvious, you can't win if you never bid. So the most important thing we can do is be willing to try. And I know, again, from experience, as in bidding as well as in life, I think that we need to be aware of when are we disqualifying ourselves out of a fear of rejection. In our team, we say all the time that rejection is not failure, and it is not a reason to feel bad. A lot of times it's a learning experience, and a lot of times one rejection might actually lead to another open door. So I would just encourage everyone to keep trying. As we talked about today, there are ways that we can shift our mindset from negative to positive, and that allows us to frame our efforts from an expectation that we will succeed rather than fail. We can also build a team around us to help us overcome our bias against ourselves. And finally, including those diverse perspectives that I spoke about really allows us to capture our unique capabilities. So we have what it takes. We just have to be willing to put ourselves out there.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Ms. Kimberly.
Thank you for making the time to watch this Bid More presentation. You will use this knowledge, insights, and tips in your future bidding activities. Remember, Bid More is a program that equips local small businesses to win contract bids at local, state, federal, and other organizational levels. This YouTube channel is dedicated to training and coaching local and small businesses on estimating and proposal writing. We encourage you to subscribe to this Bid More channel to receive updates, tips, and guidelines so that you are empowered to have the confidence to bid more and win more contract bids. Please kindly leave us your comments, questions, and suggestions to improve future programming for the benefits of many. Make it a fantastic day.